So what I'm saying is this. So let me ask Jennifer, if you are the one, what will you do? Which one will you consider to be potent inhibitor of? Or is there any or not?
None of them?
None of them. Okay. How about Anna?
Maybe the amox, the second one.
Amoxicillin. Okay. Jan, if you understand the principle,
I'm not sure.
so that means you have to go and watch our videos. You have to go and watch our previous videos. So let me just paraphrase for you. What we said is when you can design drugs, right, towards a particular target. So in this example, we are using SARS-CoV-2 protease enzyme. That protease enzyme is very, very important for SARS-CoV-2 to produce a virulent virus. So what that means is if you are able to stop this enzyme, then you can stop SARS-CoV-2 from producing itself. And the idea is we want to develop drugs that can inhibit that SARS-CoV-2 protease enzyme, right? And in our previous classes, I made it known to every one of them that you can design your own drugs. And I taught them how to design their own drugs, build their own structure using PubChem and Sketcher. And I said that's one. Another thing is you can use an existing drugs. You can look for drugs that are already existing and probably repurpose them. For instance, you can say, okay, is there a drug that has been used for other virus? For instance, ritonavir is used to treat HIV, right? Amoxicillin is used to treat is an antibiotic, right? Erythromycin is the same thing as zanamivir. So one way is you can design your own new drugs, new compound, or you can go online and look for already existing drugs and test them if they can also work against your target. So in the assignment I gave to them last week, I gave them lopinavir as a reference. So when you are designing drugs towards a target using molecular docking, there must be a reference drug that has been known to target that particular disease. So in this case, we use lopinavir. Lopinavir was originally meant for HIV, but they have been using it to treat some SARS-CoV-2 COVID disease, and is working to some extent. So we are using that as a reference drug for SARS-CoV-2 protease, but it is originally meant for HIV protease enzyme. That's why we are repurposing it. So it's serving as our reference. So I now said to them, when you do your molecular docking, right, the molecular docking of your potential inhibitor of that target must be close, or the molecular docking score of your tested compounds must be close or higher than the docking score of your reference. So in this case, lopinavir is our reference. These are the drugs we are testing. So lopinavir gave us a docking score of minus 7.86 kilocal per mole. Always put the unit. It's science, right? Always put the unit. That's the unit for docking score, right? So, and this is Anna's example. Anna got minus 7.6 docking score for lopinavir. Now, that's the reference drug. For the tested drugs now, ritonavir minus 6.3, amoxicillin minus 6.8, zanamivir minus 6.1, erythromycin minus 5.1, right? So from this, I asked Jennifer. Jennifer said, if I'm the one designing this drug, I do not think any of the 4 drugs qualify to be considered for that, because none of them is having a docking score close to lopinavir or higher than lopinavir, right? That's Jennifer's conclusion. Anna's conclusion is, in this case, I can still give a level of consideration to amoxicillin, amoxicillin has minus 6.8, even though it's not higher than the lopinavir minus 7.6, but at least it's still close, right? So that's a good idea. Who else do we have on the call? So that I can ask the person to. Do we have you? Okay. So Jennifer is gone. I don't know, maybe it's network issue. So I think for Jennifer is right. She can decide not to choose any of these, right? At the same time, Anna too is right. You can look at amoxicillin, right? So please let me just pick this call, please. Okay, sorry about that. So the two of your submission is correct, right? So now let's now go look at something. I remember I said something last week that apart from the docking score, you have to consider the interaction plot, right? Anna, are you able to share your interaction plot with us?
I can try to.
Okay, try it. I think I should, if you have the permission to do that. So I mentioned in our last class that your interaction plot, right? For instance, if every potential inhibitor to be able to inhibit this enzyme, it must interact with, we said, histidine 41 and 16 145. When you are looking at your target, I said it, you must understand the amino acid composition of your target. What are the required amino acid needed for inhibition or activation, depending on whichever one you want to do. And I made it to understand to you that to inhibit this protease enzyme for SARS-CoV-2, your potential inhibitor must be able to interact with cysteine 145 and histidine 41. So let's now go and look at the interaction plot from Anna's work and see if any of them. I'm just trying to show you the practical application of this, not just looking at the side. So let's start with lopinavir. If you have it correctly labeled. Thank you. So this is lopinavir, right? This is lopinavir. And if you look at please Anna, take note of how many interactions do we have for lopinavir? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 for lopinavir, 17. Now let's look at those two important amino acid residues that I mentioned. Cysteine, histidine 41. You can see this is a very strong bond, pi sigma bond, right? Also, let's look at cysteine 145. So lopinavir, which is our reference drug, has a very strong binding energy, right? Binding score of minus 7.6. 2, it was able to interact well with a very strong bond with histidine 41 and cysteine 145. So this is going to be our what? Our reference. So we can see what that is. So the next compound with the highest docking score is amoxicillin. Can you take this down and show us the interaction plot for amoxicillin? Okay. So can you see For amoxicillin, you can see that it's not the same type of bond, not all the pi sigma bond, and some bond that were in lopinavir are not in this. But at the same time, it has more of hydrogen bond. Can you see? So, like I said last week, hydrogen bond, van der Waals bonds, they are not as strong as the pi stack, pi sigma bonds. And now let's count the number of interactions that this particular amoxicillin has there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Can you see? The same 17 number of interactions that amoxicillin had is what lopinavir had. Why do we now have difference in binding energy? And the reason for that is, even though they have the same number of amino acid interactions, but there are some bonds that are stronger, that gives you more docking score than that are present in lopinavir but not present on amoxicillin. So now let's now look at it now. If you remember for lopinavir has a very strong bond of where do we have so we have this is histidine 145. Yeah, so we have also have histidine 51. But if you remember for lopinavir has a very strong purple pi sigma bond with histidine 41. But in this case, this amoxicillin only has a simple hydrogen bond with cysteine. Can you see that? At it B, this amoxicillin has a pi sigma bond, a very strong bond with histidine 41. Are you getting me? It will have a very better, a close or better docking score than lopinavir. However, if you consider the docking score of amoxicillin and the fact that it interacts with cysteine 145 and histidine 41, gives you an idea that this could possibly be a potent inhibitor of the enzyme, right? So do you see how we are able to combine the docking score and what we have seen in the interaction to make our decision? So lopinavir, our reference drug, give us a baseline. Now we look at amoxicillin. Amoxicillin had a relatively high docking score, right? And it interacted with cysteine 145 and histidine 41, but not with a strong bond with histidine 41. So we can still consider it, right? So let's take that off and let's go to the another. Let's go to the let's look at ritonavir. Anna, I believe you guys are following the trend. Now let's look at the ritonavir. Let's first of all count the number of interactions that it had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. How many? 19 interactions, which means the interaction here is even higher than amoxicillin and lopinavir that has 17 each, right? So let's look at this interaction with cysteine 145 and histidine. It has a pi-sulfide bond, right, with cysteine. The pi-sulfide bond is also a strong bond, but it's not as strong as the pi sigma bond that we observed in lopinavir. Also with histidine, right? So we can consider ritonavir to be a good one, right? And coupled with the fact that ritonavir is not a strong inhibitor of protease, but it is a moderate inhibitor of protease. So let's take this down. Let's go to take it down. So which one has so let's go to zanamivir. Now, if you look at zanamivir here, let's count number of interactions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And 16, right? Then it has what is called unfavorable. That means unfavorable bond means this is not a kind of favorable interaction that can happen in a physiological environment, right? So Let's look at this interaction with, so it also interacted with histidine and cysteine, but with a very what? A very low bond, a very low interaction bond, right? So if you look at these interactions and the docking score, you won't want to consider Saminava for further probing. No, you won't want to, because the bond shows two unfavorable interaction and a low docking score of -6.1. So definitely you take these two, you take this out of what you want to consider further. So let's go to the last one, erythromycin. Now, if you look at erythromycin has a very few 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So its bond, does it interact with histidine, histidine 41 and cysteine 145? No, no. So it has lower interaction, it has weaker interaction, it has lower interactions, weaker interactions, and it's not interacting with what science told us that if our drug can interact with histidine 41 and cysteine 145, it will be a good, it will be possibly be a good inhibitor. It is not. So can you see the way we are able to, can you see what we did now? Based on docking score and the type of interactions, we are able to say it will be better to, in addition to lopinava, to consider ritonava and amoxicillin. Take this down, Anna. So it will be nice to do what? To consider lopinava. So lopinava is our reference, ritonava and what? And amoxicillin. So that is how drug scientists, when they are designing their drugs, that is how they come to conclusion. So instead of you taking all the 4 drugs to the lab and wasting your energy, and at the end of, because I can assure you, when you take them to the lab, there is high probability, at least let me say like 80% probability, that salinava and erythromycin is not going to work in the lab, based on what I have seen, what we have seen from our docking score and what we have seen from the interaction plot. There are a high tendency that these two are not going to work. Do you get the point now? These two are not going to work. So if you have, let's say for instance, you now have 100 compounds, because for you to work in the lab on this, each of these compounds can take you like 2 days. I'm telling you. But you now imagine 2 days on one drug and you have like 100 drugs you want to work on. It will consume your time, it will consume your resources. For instance, the protease enzyme kit, if you want to do it in the lab, cost you at least, I think, like $700. Now multiply $700 times 1,100. That's huge. But if you can do molecular docking like this, it will help you to narrow down, oh, out of 100, just 10 or 5 give me a good docking score and a good interaction plot, right? That is similar to my reference drug. So you just work on 5 instead of wasting your time and your resources on hundreds compounds that you have at the beginning. Any question before we proceed? Do you have any question? Any questions?
No.
No. Okay, great. So let me quickly check. There's something I wanted to show you some times ago that didn't work. Let me see if this is going to work today. Show similarity. Sorry, oh, why is this not working on my? It's not working. It's still not working here. And I would have loved to show you this, man. To show you this thing. See similarity. Still not working. Okay, let me try. Let me try. Okay, sync file. So I'm coming out. I want to show a mark for. I want to confirm this is working before. Oh, you're coming. I want to. I don't know why this similarity is not working on my laptop. Wow, this is serious. Okay, sorry. Can somebody? Can you look for? Can somebody try from your own end if this is going to work? Search for or your browser Swiss similarity. I have it on the chat. You guys should try it on your browser if it's going to go. Swiss similarity. Does it open? I'm waiting for your response. Oh, it works now. It works. Great. It works for me. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Oh. Yes, let me share. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I just did is just type Swiss
Yes.
similarity in your browser, right? Then it will take you to this page. To take you to this page. Yes. Now, I mentioned something now. If let's say from the example we did now, we used lopinava as our reference. Am I correct? So you may want to see, you see like lopinava is good, is a very good inhibitor of HIV protein and SARS-CoV-2 protease, right? And you want to design your own drugs. And you can be like, okay, what if I look for drugs that is not lopinava, but they are similar to lopinava in structure, right? Let me stop. Let me change this to because I want to slow now. Okay. So for instance now, we can use lopinava. Like lopinava is our reference. I can say, okay, I don't like the result I got for lopinava and the rest. What if I look for drugs that are similar in structure with lopinava and see if they can possibly give me good results? And see if they can possibly give me good results, right? So what do you do? So let's go and do something. What you want to so Swiss similarity is just similarity. What you are trying to say is we want this data, this server has millions of compounds, right? We want it to search for us molecules. Not all of them are drugs, but structures, right? That are similar to lopinava. Not the same as lopinava, but they are similar to lopinava. We want it to give us list of compounds that are similar in structure to lopinava. How do you do it? It's simple. You just have to look for canonical smile of lopinava. And how do you get canonical smile of lopinava? Let's go to PubChem, right? And let's go and search for, sorry. It has really helped scientists a lot. Instead of you thinking about designing your own drugs yourself, right? You can just, if you have a drug that is known, let's type lopinava, right? This is lopinava, right? So let's go and copy the canonical smile. Let's look for the canonical smile of lopinava. Don't forget, I said canonical smile, not isomeric smile. Canonical smile. So copy this canonical smile. Ctrl C, Ctrl C, right? So let's go back to see similarity. So first the canonical smile here, right? So it says enter a molecule in smile. So we've entered lopinava, the canonical smile of lopinava. select a compound. So you can select from here. What type of are you looking for drugs that are similar, already established drugs that are similar to lopinavir, or are you looking for active compounds, or you are looking for commercial compounds or synthesizable compounds? So let me explain. These drugs means drugs that people have discovered. Maybe they are on the market or they are still working on it. So if your intention is to develop your own drug that is likely to work like lopinavir against SARS-CoV-2 protease, if you want to discover your own drug and you are not working on other people's work, don't choose drugs. Because the drugs, people already have patents, they already own it while working on that. So if you are thinking of identifying your own compound, your own stuff, that you can, I can say, this is discovered by Anna, by Jennifer, I will advise you go for bioactive compounds, right? Or you can also go for the one that are available commercially, right? Or the one that are synthesizable. So if you go for the synthesizable, right, it means you may not be able to buy them commercially if you want to work with them in the lab, but you can talk to chemistry lab, synthetic chemistry lab, to synthesize this compound for you. So let's just go with bioactive for now. So bioactive, right? Now there are different databases that has different databases that have different compounds. So we have the Ligand Expo database, we have Chembu, we have DPCR database, we have the Chembu full database, Chembu active only. This one have full database, kinase, protease. Now look at it. Don't forget, we are looking at something that has to do with protease. So our drug should be the one that can focus on protease enzyme. So let's go for protease enzyme. Proteases. If you are developing for cancer kinases, you can choose kinase. So we are looking for protease active compounds. So let's choose pharmacophore. Pharmacophore means that are similar. So once that is done, click on start screening. It will automatically start searching the database for you. And let's see what it's going to give us. So just give it 3 minutes. It's going to search the database for you. So we are looking for, now look at it. This is what it's able to get. Now, if you look at the first one, this is lopinavir. The first one is going to be lopinavir, right? It's going to be what? Lopinavir. Now, the score says 100%. So it's going to give you the percentage of similarity between each compound to your desired one, to your reference one, lopinavir. So this is lopinavir. Its score is 1. That's 100% similar to lopinavir. So that's lopinavir. If you look at the next one, this one is 93% similar to lopinavir. And if you look at it, if you look at this scaffold is the same. Let's go. Can you guys see the difference in these two? This is the difference. Easy. You can see this functional group is not present on lopinavir. So machine was able to give, can you put this functional group and see if this compound can behave like lopinavir? Did you see that now? So if you discover this particular drug and it works against SARS-CoV-2, what can I say? You have not duplicated lopinavir. It's different from lopinavir because of this functional group. If you go to this next one, can you see this next one? It's 84% similar to lopinavir. You can see there are a lot of difference. And that's how it goes. It is 48%, 79%, 61%, 58%, 75%, like that. If you go put it down, it will generate for you different structures that are similar to lopinavir. So if you are looking for a drug that can behave like lopinava or even do better than lopinava, and you don't want to stress yourself too much, you can make use of this. You can make use of this, right? So you can make use of this. So what I'm going to give to you, right? I want you to do this thing, right, for lopinava, and work on the first five. The first what? The first five. This is lopinava, so you work on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, is any of these five going to give us a docking score that is similar or higher than lopinava? Any question? Anybody? Do you understand this concept? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So instead of you sitting down, designing your own compound for yourself, right? You can make use of this. We make use of this a lot. We use this a lot, right? So I want you guys to do the same thing using Swiss similarity for lopinava, and try the first five. Apart from this is lopinava 100%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, do we have any of these that can give us a good looking score, better than lopinava, and a good or better interaction with lopinava, right? Let's try that out. Let's try that out. Any question? Let me show you. So before we go, let me show you how you can you have to download this. Yeah, that should be a question for you. That should be, yeah, let me see. Okay, I'm coming. I'm trying to see, so I'm trying to do something. Okay, yeah. Now, this is it. For you to be able to download these structures, right? It's not going to download the PDF for you, but there's something you can do. Copy the Chembl ID, this ID on it. Anyone that you have ID, copy it, right? Go back to okay, and paste it. Look for type search. This is the compound. This is the compound that is this compound. Just copy the canonical smile, or let me, if you click on it, will it give you something? Okay, if you click on that, if you click on it, if you take you to this, okay. Yeah. So if you click on it, if you take you here, if you click on that Chembl, can you download the 3D structure here? No. You can't download the 3D structure. I don't think you can. You can't. So just go to problem, then you can download the 2D, and I've taught you how you can convert 2D to 3D structure, right? So you can use that, and you repeat your molecular docking for that. You repeat your molecular docking for that. Right. Any question? Hope this is clear. Please let me know if it's not clear. Anybody? Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is the basic steps in drug discovery, right? And for your level, I want to go beyond this, right? I want to go beyond this, but I can assure you, by the time maybe when we have the next summer class and you apply and join, we will take it up a bit, right? But I can assure you, if you meet the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer of Johnson and Johnson, or anybody, and you tell them, I know I can do drug discovery using molecular docking, they will look at you and, do you mean it? And say yes, right? This is the base. This is the beginning of it. Yeah. So let's do now. So one thing is to discover. So let's now assume we just want to assume that this particular drug, right? This particular drug, this particular one, it's going to work. It's going to work against SARS-CoV-2 protease enzyme, which means it will stop SARS-CoV-2 from producing a virulent virus that can cause damage in the body. So once you identify that in the lab, everybody is happy. Hey, good. We have a good drug that can inhibit an enzyme in the lab. We are happy, right? Now, the next questions that come to our mind is this drug going to, no, yes, the drug is stopping SARS-CoV-2 from working. The next question that will come to anybody's mind is, will this drug be safe when people use it? So the challenges in drug discovery is you are looking for a drug that can stop a target, right? At the same time, you are looking for a drug that will not be harmful to whoever that uses it. That is it. You don't want it to cause damage. You want it to destroy the virus or whichever target the organism you are targeting. In this case, we are looking at SARS-CoV-2. You want the drug to destroy, to kill, to stop the virus from spreading. The next question is this drug going to be safe for people? So let me ask you these questions. We find a drug, right? That drug can cure SARS-CoV-2. Are you listening? But that drug is administered to 20 people. And truly, that drug cures them of SARS-CoV-2. But about 10 to 11, 12 people died using the drug. Do you think it is safe? Do you think it is a good drug for us to start giving to the community? That's the question I want everybody to answer. So everybody must answer this question, right? And you must give me, if your answer is yes, you give me why. If it is no, you give me why. Dave, did you get the scenario? Should I repeat that scenario back?
Please repeat the scenario.
Okay. We discover a drug that can cure people of SARS-CoV-2. And we are happy. Hey, great, this is a good drug. And we give that drug, maybe we just give it to 20 people to test. And truly, the drug cures SARS-CoV-2. But out of the 20 people that we gave it to, between 10 to 12 people died. I'm asking everybody, is that a safe drug to give to people? Yes, it cures SARS-CoV-2. But out of 20 people that took it, 10 people died. Do you think it's a good drug to give to people?
No.
Why? It cures SARS-CoV-2.
It did, but too many people died in the process, so we don't know whether there's any faults to the drug itself.
Okay, thank you. Let me ask Anna. I want us to be practical. Anna, is it a good drug or bad? And give reason for your response.
No, it's not a good drug because, like, as Davey said, many people have died in the trials.
Okay. Jennifer? Is Jennifer here?
Yes.
Okay. What's the opinion?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. So 10 people died, but it cured all of them. So we have 10 people that died from the disease, from the drug, and we have 10 people that are saved for using the drugs. So is that a good drug? And Jennifer said, I don't know. So we are indifferent. Okay. Let's go to Jan.
I don't think that the drug would be safe to give to more people just because people have died from using the drug and we don't know the reason. It could be because of this drug that we just administered, so I don't think it would be safe.
Oh, okay. Mohammed? Mohammed, are you with us? Mohammed, we can't hear you. I don't think Mohammed is close to his either phone or laptop. Okay. Yeah, I think you guys said it right. It's not safe when we have a drug, even though the drug is curing the disease. But unfortunately, 10 people died for using the drug. It is not a good drug. And that is what is referred to as risk-benefit ratio. Risk-benefit ratio. So, which means if we give the drug to, let's say, to 500,000, likely 250,000 will die for using the drug. We don't want that. So, the question of safety is very, very important in drug discovery. So, even though, for instance, this particular drug that we are seeing here, let's assume it can cure SARS-CoV-2 100%. But 50 to 60% of people that use the drug died. It is not a good drug to give to people. It is not a good drug to give to people. It is not. So, before we start giving it to people, right? We need to we can use softwares algorithm to predict whether that drug is going to be safe or it's not going to be safe. One of the things that we consider is what is called admin property: administration, distribution, metabolism, and excretion. ADME. Right? So it can be done experimentally. We can design experimentally, but there are some AI tools that can be used to predict for us. So let's to do that, there is this software server called Swiss ADME. Swiss ADME. Let me put it in the chat for you guys. So you can type it on your browser. Swiss ADME. I have it for you guys on the browser. Swiss ADME. So now, this Swiss ADME is going to predict for us the absorption, distribution, right, metabolism, and excretion property of this drug. And how do we do that? Based on what you see on this server, you can draw the structure here, or you can just copy and paste the canonical smile. So let's copy and paste the canonical smile of this drug that you are using as an example. So go to PubChem and copy the canonical smile. Copy the canonical smile and paste it there. Once you paste, you can paste many, 10, 20, but let's just use this one for time. So click run, and it's going to calculate it for you. It's going to give you the results. Just give it a few minutes. Now, so we want to see, this is going to predict for us if this drug is likely to be safe and give us some information about whether it's going to be a good drug by experience. Now, so this is the drug, right? So it's giving us what is called it's giving us properties. Yes, properties of this drug. So let's first of all go to this. Let's see. So it's giving us, this is the formula of this drug. This is the molecular weight. I know if you have been taking, you should know what molecular weight means, right? It's giving us the number of hydrogen bond. Hydrogen is just physical properties of the drug. Now, it's giving us lipophilicity. How soluble is it in water? Right? How soluble it is in lipid environment. And it's telling us that it's soluble in water. You see, there are 3 algorithms that predict whether the compound is soluble in water. This first one says it is polysoluble in water. This one says polysoluble in water. So this all the people are saying it's not soluble in water. Right? Now, another thing that's giving us what is called pharmacokinetic. pharmacokinetics is just talking about what does what does the drug does to your body, right? So this GI is like when you take it orally, is your gastrointestinal tract able to absorb it? It says the absorption is very, very low, right? Let me just talk about that. I won't let me go into this detail for you. Now, so this is giving us, this is just talking about properties of the drug. Now, let's now go and the toxicity. Toxicity, that's where I'm going. I just want to show you that one for the property. Let's go and type tox. So, let me look for the one. This one. Toxicity prediction. Oh, there's this particular one. Okay, let me try this. Let me see. I don't know that. Yes. So search for let me copy it for you. Yeah, they've worked more on this thing. Great. I'm coming. Just give me 1 second. Let me copy it on the so now the first the Swiss ADME is just telling you about the physical property, the absorption. Now this server is going to deep for us whether this drug is likely to be toxic. So you can click on that and you can see my screen. So the different things. So let's just go to toxicity prediction. Click on this. Now, don't forget we are using this drug as an example. Let's copy the smile. Copy the smile. Let's go back to toxicity. So if you are connected to the internet, you can search for the drug or you can paste the canonical smile. In this case, I'm pasting the smile. So click on smile. This is the drug, right? That is the drug. So now, this is the drug. So let's now choose prediction now. So I'm not going to go into all of this or your level, but let me just focus on when we're talking about hepatotoxicity. How many of you know what HEPA mean? What organ of the body does HEPA refers to? HEPA refers to the liver. So we want to look at organ toxicity. With this drug that we have discovered that is working against SARS-CoV-2, right? If people take it, is it going to be dangerous to their liver? So let's click it. We want to check it on liver. Another thing is neurotoxicity. Is it going to be dangerous to the nervous system? Are you guys following me, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
So is it going to be toxic to the nervous system? You don't want something that people will take and they will start misbehaving. So let's check to predict. The next one is nephrotoxicity. Nephro is defined to the kidney. So even though this drug can cause SARS-CoV-2, it is not going to damage the people's kidney when they use it, right? So this server can be for us. Then the next thing is respiratory toxicity. It's not going to be exposed to the respiratory system, the lungs, and the rest. Let's see that too. Then cardio. Cardio is defined to the heart. It's not going to cause damage to the heart, maybe a kind of heart attack, heart failure, or any form of damage. So let's click on it. Right? So there are also some other stuff they can look at, carcinogenicity, immunogenicity, mutagenicity. So carcino means can it cause cancer? Immunogenicity means can it cause cancer? So let's try and see. Immunogenicity means can it be taught to the immune system? Can it be taught to the immune system? Now, mutagenicity means can it cause mutation? For instance, if a pregnant woman or a woman is using, it's not going to cause damage to the fetus, to the baby. Can it cause maybe genetic disorder in the individual? Maybe a man or whether a woman or a lady, right? The second one is cytotoxicity. Is it going to be cyto is cell? Is it going to cause damage to the cell? Right? Now, the next one is blood-brain barrier. Can it affect the blood-brain barrier? Let's check that too. Ecotoxicity, the environment of the system, clinical nutrition. Let's talk about this. So these other ones, I don't want to go to that level with you guys for now. If you know this by the time you finish biochemistry or any physiology anatomy. So now we have selected the toxicity I want to predict. So what we have done is this drug, assuming is working against SARS-CoV-2, but we want to check, is it not going to be toxic to the people that are using it? So it's not going to affect the liver, the neurons, the kidney, the lungs, the heart. It's not going to cause cancer. It's not going to cause toxicity of the immune system. It's not going to cause mutation, genetic disorder, or damage to the cell, or the blood-brain barrier. So once you have done that, let's click on Start Predict. So it's predicting for us. So that one is so. Now, the first thing that we find here is giving us the physiological property that we see all those number of molecular weights, hydrogen bond donor, hydrogen bond receptor, and things like that is giving us. Now, let's continue. So, oh no, I'm not painting. Yes, so let's look at it. Let's look at yes, a table for this. Sorry. I'm looking for this video chart. I'm coming, just give me, I'm looking for something. Now, so it's giving us a calculator what is called LD50. Lethal dose. Lethal dose can be described as the level at which people will consume a chemical before it can cause damage. So what this means is before this this drug can cause damage, people will have consumed about 5,000 milligrams per kilogram of it, right? So the higher the LD50 dose, the safe it is, right? But another thing you have to consider the units. This is 50 milligram per kilogram, which to me is still low. But that's not where we are going. Let's go down now to our toxicity prediction. Now look at it. It says about toxicity, right? Sorry, on the press. The liver, it says it is inactive. That means it's not likely to cause damage to the liver, right? Now, neurotoxicity, it is what? It is active. That means this drug could possibly affect the nerves. If you look at nephrotoxicity, it's still active but not as active as neuro. So it's a possibility that this can cause damage to the kidney. Respiratory toxicity, it says it's active, it's likely. Cardio is inactive or is inactive. Carcinogenic inactive. Inactive, but what you can get from this is this may be dangerous for the neuro, the kidney, and the lungs. It may be what? It may be dangerous for the kidney and the lungs. So now let me ask you this question. With this toxicity that we have seen, that drug can cure SARS-CoV-2. It can stop COVID. It can cure COVID SARS-CoV-2 virus from producing more copy of itself. Considering this toxicity prediction, do you think it would be nice to go ahead with this drug? Anybody? Let me start with Jennifer this time. With this prediction.
Can you repeat that?
Hmm?
What you just said? I'm sorry, it was glitching for me.
What I'm saying is, based on now, we said the compound is going to stop replication of SARS-CoV-2. Fine. But based on this toxicity prediction information that we just got now, do you think it would be nice to see with this drug, to administer this drug to people? Hmm? The prediction says it's likely to be toxic to the neurons, to the kidney, and to the lungs. So do you think we should proceed to administer this, even though that drug could cure or could stop replication of SARS-CoV-2?
Probably shouldn't administer it.
We should?
Should not.
We should not, because this is likely to cause toxicity to the kidney, to the lungs, and to the nerves. Okay. And anybody? Somebody else? Anna?
We should not.
We should not. Because you consider toxicity, right? Anybody else? Let's take one more person. Should we? Jan, should we?
I agree, we should not.
We should not. Thank you. And these are the problems that scientists face when they discover drugs. Hey, there are times you discover a drug in your lab is working fine, you are happy. Hey, the drug is working, it is working. But when you look at toxicity, you discover that it is not safe to continue with that drug. So do you know what scientists will do in this situation? They will go back to the structure of this drug, and they will make sure they find out what exactly on this drug is making to cause toxicity. I don't want to go to there. I'm just giving an idea. So when we face challenges like this in the lab or in drug discovery, it doesn't mean that you will throw away the drug. No. Before you do that, what you can do is to look at that drug. Okay, is there a functional group on this drug that is causing damage? Is there anything I can do? Right? Is there anything I can do? Is there anything we can take out of the drug? So scientists will look at it as, okay, maybe because of this functional group, that is why this drug is toxic. So they will take that functional group from it and see if it's still going to be toxic again. Right. So that's that. So this is the assignment for today, right? I want you to go to your Swiss model, so your Swiss similarity, right? Take the first 5. Oh, we are meeting on Monday, right? Don't take the I won't be around on Monday, right? I'm not going to be around next week Monday. But this is what I'm going to do. The first 5. Are you following me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do the molecular docking, give me the docking score, give me the interaction plot, right? And give me the prediction. What's the prediction of each of them for organ? Just do organ, don't do this. Just for the organ. Velocity, nephro, respiratory, and cardiotoxicity. Is it clear? Is it clear?
To repeat, you wanted to get each
Yes.
of the 5 different ones and then get these the toxicities pretty much for the organs for each of them?
Yes, what I'm saying is, get me different pharmacophore of lopinava. So take the first 5, right? Do molecular docking of the first 5. Do the interaction plot of the first 5, right?
Yeah.
Do the toxicity of the first 5, right? Now, when you do that, I want you to write a report. Listen to this. Write a report out of the first 5. Which of the first 5, based on docking score and interaction plot, do you think you should consider? Just the first 2, the first 3 that you think you should consider for treating SARS-CoV-2, right? That's based on docking score and interaction plot. Now, that 3 that you consider, based on the toxicity report, do you think they are safe to be administered to people? Is that question straight on that? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So what I want you to do is, from these 5 that we have docked, based on docking score and interaction plot, these 3 should be considered. If there is, it may not be, it may be 3, it may not be up to 3.
Yeah.
I'm just giving, for instance, maybe just 1 has a better docking score. Just suggest that, tell me that, then what is the toxicity prediction of those ones that you recommend? So these 3 are good to be considered based on docking score, and based on toxicity, it will be good to be administered to people. Based on what you see from toxicity, tell me whether they are good or not. Is that clear?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So I think I give you the link also. If you have any challenge, Gian, I want you to dedicate your time to meet up with this. If you have any issues with any of the softwares, the package, just shoot me a direct email, right? I can assure you I will respond to you as soon as possible, right? And if there's maybe if you are close to for anybody on this, you can also talk to them. But if you have issues, just send it to me directly, right? And do that to me. So can you send me? Okay, no, I think that I will sort that out. Do you have any question? Anybody?
No.
Okay. If you have question, please feel free to ask.
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's that. There is going to be, don't forget, I planned a lab rotation for you guys. A lab rotation for you guys. You are supposed to have one, but because I will be away for a conference next week. So upper week, right? That's the week of 20, maybe up the upper that's upper, not this coming Monday, the next Monday. I will probably send you guys email, right? To let you know when you can come for the lab. But there's going to be a community engagement program. I will send you the link. If you can be there in person, it will be great. If you can be there in person, it will be great, right? To see what people do with community engagement is part of what we have in this fellowship. It's part of the experience that you, right? I will send it to you. You can volunteer to help and also to listen and see people's testimony about things that have been done in the science space and how they are being related to the community, right? I will send you the link. If you know you'll be available on that day, I think it's going to be maybe Saturday one. It's going to be, I can't remember the day, but I'm going to send you the link, the email. If you know you'll be available, please apply and let me know. Apply, fill the form and let me know if you'll be available. All right. Any question? All right. See you guys. We are not going to meet on Monday. We are going to meet next week Friday. So it's going to be next week Friday, not on Monday. So I should have my assignment on or before 12 next week Friday. What's next week Friday going to be? That's going to be 26. On or before 12 noon next week Friday, please. All right. Take care, guys. Have a great weekend.
Good day. You too.
Bye.